He stepped onto the global stage not as a soldier, but as a comedian. And yet, within just a few years, Volodymyr Zelenskyy became the defiant face of democracy, standing tall against one of the world's most powerful armies. But beyond the battlefield, what kind of life does Ukraine's wartime president actually live? His fortune, homes, cars, and private world may surprise you. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the man who traded a script for a presidency and a spotlight for a trench coat, has a current estimated net worth of around $20 million as of 2025. His wealth has grown through a unique combination of entertainment success, presidential salary, intellectual property rights, foreign royalties, and investments. While his public role limits direct business dealings, his previous ventures still yield revenue, particularly through his production company, Kvartal 95, which retains licensing deals across Eastern Europe and beyond. Before entering politics, Zelenskyy was one of Ukraine's most successful entertainers. His series, Servant of the People, where he played a high school teacher who unexpectedly becomes president, not only predicted his real-life political rise, but also became a commercial hit. Netflix picked up the series internationally, adding another income stream to his portfolio. Zelenskyy earns an official presidential salary of around $12,000 per year, modest by global standards. However, this figure barely scratches the surface. Royalties from global TV distribution, earlier film projects, and dividends from prior entertainment business endeavors contribute significantly to his fortune. Additionally, there are unconfirmed reports that suggest discrete income from foreign-speaking engagements and book deals, especially as international demand for his story continues to grow. Born on January 25, 1978, in the industrial city of Kryvyi Rih, in central Ukraine, Volodymyr Oleksandrovich Zelenskyy grew up in a middle-class Jewish family. His father, Oleksandr, was a professor of cybernetics, and his mother, Rima, worked as an engineer. Despite their modest lifestyle, education was paramount in the Zelenskyy household. His early years were shaped by humor and an interest in performance, something that would eventually define his entire path. During his childhood, Zelenskyy spent 4 years in Mongolia due to his father's work. He learned Russian fluently, a skill that would later enable him to connect with a wide audience across post-Soviet states. After returning to Ukraine, he attended Kryvyi Rih Institute of Economics, earning a law degree, but his passion for comedy overshadowed his legal ambitions. In his early 20s, Zelenskyy co-founded Kvartal 95, a production company that would go on to produce Ukraine's most watched comedic content. His satire often took aim at corruption and government inefficiencies, ironically laying the foundation for his political identity years later. Zelenskyy's rise was meteoric. In 2019, with zero political experience, he ran for president under the newly created Servant of the People Party, a name borrowed from his TV show, promising to clean up corruption, break oligarchic control, and bring peace to the Donbas region. He struck a chord with voters frustrated by entrenched political elites. Winning with over 73% of the vote, he entered office with a landslide mandate. Initially seen as a novelty candidate, Zelenskyy quickly displayed surprising political instincts, reshaping the judiciary and attempting to untangle Ukraine from oligarch influence. But his defining moment came in 2022, when Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Many expected him to flee. Instead, he stood his ground in Kyiv, posting viral selfie videos declaring, "I need ammunition, not a ride." His courage transformed him into a global symbol of resilience and earned him Times Person of the Year in 2022. Zelenskyy went from being underestimated to holding daily calls with world leaders, speaking before Congress, and addressing the United Nations. His presidency, once viewed with skepticism, became a case study in wartime leadership. Despite his newfound global stature, Zelenskyy's time in office hasn't been without controversy. Critics have questioned his handling of internal reforms, media independence, and the role of his inner circle in key decisions. Some Western watchdogs have also raised concerns over centralized power and limits on political opposition during wartime. There have also been speculative reports about his finances, with opposition voices accusing him of obscuring wealth held overseas. However, international investigations have yet to uncover any conclusive evidence of wrongdoing, and Zelenskyy has repeatedly denied all corruption allegations, stating that he voluntarily froze his business ties upon taking office. Zelenskyy's primary residence is the presidential residence in Kyiv, the Mariinsky Palace. While not his personal property, it is one of the most majestic Baroque structures in Ukraine. The palace features opulent halls, marble staircases, and gold-trimmed ceilings. It's a working space as much as a living space, one where state dinners are held and crucial wartime decisions are made. In his pre-presidential life, Zelenskyy owned a luxurious apartment in Kyiv, valued at over $500,000. The unit boasts panoramic views of the Dnipro River, minimalist European decor, and high-tech security. Additionally, he and his wife Olena have been linked to a villa in Tuscany, Italy, estimated to be worth around $4 million. Though the ownership was part of public scrutiny in 2021, the couple confirmed it was purchased with declared earnings. Zelenskyy has also been associated with a high-end apartment in London's Kensington district, reportedly through a trust before his presidency, though this has never been fully verified. Nevertheless, these holdings underscore the financial strength of his pre-presidency career. In terms of automobiles, Zelenskyy is more reserved than ostentatious. His known vehicles include a 2016 Range Rover Vogue SE, valued at approximately $100,000, and a black Mercedes-Benz S-Class, used primarily for official engagements. These vehicles combine safety with luxury, suited for a head of state navigating a war-torn capital. In earlier years, Zelenskyy reportedly owned a BMW 7 Series and an Audi A8, both top-tier executive sedans. These cars reflect a taste for sleek European craftsmanship and understated luxury. His motorcade now also includes heavily armored SUVs and support vehicles provided by NATO and EU allies. Despite these assets, Zelenskyy avoids flaunting wealth. You're unlikely to see him in exotic sports cars or at private racetracks. His driving persona mirrors his presidential image, composed, secure, and focused. Zelenskyy's commitment to social welfare predates his political career. In 2014, during the Maidan Revolution, he supported volunteer battalions with financial aid and donated proceeds from comedy shows to help injured protesters. Today, as president, his efforts have multiplied. The Ukrainian government has launched multiple wartime assistance programs under his leadership, including direct support for displaced families, veteran rehabilitation, and military widows. He also directed a portion of international donations, totaling billions, into transparent, trackable aid systems. Olena Zelenska, Ukraine's First Lady, runs a charitable foundation focused on healthcare, childhood education, and rebuilding war-damaged schools and hospitals. The couple's philanthropic image is rooted in action, not just optics. Zelenskyy's personal life is remarkably grounded. He's been married to Olena Zelenska since 2003. A screenwriter by profession, she was once reluctant about his political ambitions, but has since become a powerful figure in her own right. Together, they have two children, Alexandra, born in 2004, and Kirilo, born in 2013. Family remains Zelenskyy's core strength. He has often spoken about missing his children while fulfilling wartime duties and the emotional toll of leadership. Despite being in the public eye, the couple strives to keep their children out of the media, shielding them from political storms. In his downtime, however limited, Zelenskyy enjoys comedy, literature, and playing the piano. He is also known for maintaining a fitness routine, often working out in the early hours. Friends say he unwinds with classic Ukrainian rock and chess. From humble beginnings in Kryvyi to leading a nation through its darkest hour, Volodymyr Zelenskyy's story is one of defiance, reinvention, and unyielding belief in freedom. He didn't inherit a throne, he earned the world's respect. Behind the presidential podium is a man who once made millions laugh and now makes millions believe. A father, husband, fighter, and leader whose wealth reflects not just monetary success, but emotional and historical weight. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. Tell us in the comments, what surprised you most about Zelensky's journey? See you in the next episode of Presidential Fortunes.